And Colombia has been one of the countries which has gone even further. You came out and said bluntly, what's happening in Gaza is a genocide. You cut diplomatic relations with Israel. You stopped your trade, your military trade. What do you think is being achieved by even taking a harder line on than your Spanish counterpart?
Thank you for this opportunity and to participate in this with this distinguished panelist. Why did it took so long? It's like we recognized the Palestinian state in 2018. If you have resolutions from the UN that say that you have the two-state solution, you have to recognize the Palestinian state. It seems logical within the diplomacy of sincerity. We promote the diplomacy that is diplomacy for peace, to promote life, and you promote life when you protect the human rights of people and their dignity. And that's what President Petro has been saying. He said that before the October 7th at the UN, asking for a conference to talk about the Palestinian questions. But we need, obviously, to recognize that what is happening is a genocide. He said that first. Why? We need to remind the numbers. More than 45,000 people are being killed, assassinated, including babies, in the 21st century. That people, all the world is seeing, it's the first time that the world is seeing how the genocide is happening. And we need to say that straightforward. It's happening. More than 100,000 people also have been wounded. Here we heard this morning the journalists that have nothing to do with this conflict, just to inform. Humanitarian workers. We are seeing how hunger has been weaponized. And we are creating, in a very in a high hypocrisy way, some alliance to fight hunger, when hunger has been weaponized within the eyes of everybody. That in the 21st century, we cannot allow to happen. And this is what Colombia is saying. 70% of those assassinated have been women and children. So that's the fact. That's the fact. That fact is challenging the rule-based international order. That's the preoccupation of Colombia. That could happen in the future to us when the international system have been unable to implement their own decisions. When one state is challenging the international system. Why this challenging? Because there are and you mentioned that, there are third states that are supporting that genocide. That cannot happen.
So what do you...
In the 21st century, let me continue. And this is the legal order that have been challenged. What countries can do is some state is not behaving in the way it should to defend the rights and dignity of any person, human being. So what Colombia is doing? First, to say things as they are in a potent way. It's a genocide. Second, to take the measure that Colombia can take. We don't have the power of the global north. We don't have the money or the weapons or the political possibility of create coalitions. But at least what we can do is cut relations with those who are not behaving in a way it should behave in the 21st century. And this is not against the Israeli people or the Jewish people, because they are saying that Colombian government is anti-Semita. No. There is a government of Netanyahu that is behaving in that way. We cannot allow that to happen. Second, what we did, to support any action to stop the genocide. the action of South Africa, other action that be taken at the International Court of Justice. We support the warrant of arrest, not just to the Israeli leadership, but also Hamas. If they behave in a way they should not behave. So we support that at the International Criminal Court. We support the pronouncement of the UN. We do whatever is in our hand. We are providing, we don't have much money, but we are providing humanitarian assistance. We send some flights from Colombia to El Cairo, to Egypt. We send some flights to Beirut in Lebanon, and we have that much. How come countries that have the power to stop it are not doing it? And I get emotional with this because I'm coming from a people in Colombia, black people, that also have been in the middle of this situation. So this is in our government, the government of President Petro, we talk that way because in the 21st century, we cannot allow that to happen.
Thank you.